Hello. I am so excited to be here today with Cam for the March of the Museum program. My name is Amber and I'm with the Lennox and Addington County Museum in Napanee. We are only about 25 minutes away from Kingston and usually offer a very busy schedule of programs for kids, but also adults. To do with our curatorial museum collection, but as well as the archives. So today we are very excited to be joining Cam's March of the Museum program for the first year. And we put together a kit for you guys to be able to learn a little bit about the history of Lennox and Addington County, but also have lots of fun. So I'm going to take out some of the pieces of the kits for you at a time, so you guys can see and be excited about what you guys are getting. So first of all, we have a free pass for your family to come and see an exhibit that we're getting in. It's a traveling exhibit for the summer, and it's called Tales of Fantasy. It will be here for July and August, and this coupon is a free pass for your family to come in and see the entire museum, not just that exhibit. So we hope you guys keep that in a special spot and come to visit us in the summertime. The next activity that I'm going to show you is some fun coloring postcards. So we have put together some activities. And so you can see here, this is the McPherson House, our historic home. So we've created some coloring pages specific for the museum. And on the back, it is a postcard. So you guys can decorate the front however you'd like, and then you can address it to friends or family or maybe a teacher, or you could send one to me. How fun would that be for me to receive a postcard from one of you guys telling me all about your CAM activity kit? So that would be lots of fun. So we have a whole bunch of different postcards in here for you, and we have some crayons. So you guys won't need anything from home. Everything you need for the activities can be found in this bag. So you have crayons to color your postcards. All right, and now because the weather is getting nicer, and I hope you guys are able to get outside and enjoy the sunshine and play in your backyard or at a local park, we have put together a fun nature scavenger hunt for you. So in here, there's lots of different things that you can find in your backyard and maybe even the park, or maybe you like going for nature walks with your family or friends, or with the school. So on here you have lots of different things that you can find, and see if you can find them all. How fun would that be? Okay, so for the main activity, we are going to do a STEM multiple activities, I guess. So throughout this whole brochure activity kit, we are talking about building with history. So I have put together 6 different parts of history of LNA County. And throughout it, we're talking all about how building and using resources from our area, from Lennox and Addington County, has really been an important part of creating the towns and the villages that we now live in. So starting with the United Empire Loyalists and going and talking about them building cabins and having to clear their land and using logs to build those early log homes and cottages, to businesses that are developing different things that they needed to get through their life. So whether it's the wagons, or we have a special photo in here with a activity to make a slider, and that was getting a special wagon with rails on the bottom of it instead of wheels. Because I don't know about you, but if you've ever tried to ride your bike in the wintertime, I know that my bike wheels would turn into big giant snowballs. So somebody had this great idea of putting a sled like a rung on the bottom of a wagon instead of wheels. So these are all things that helped the people who came from the United States, so the United Empire Loyalists, create different homesteads in our area. And for those of you, if anybody's watching from Bath or Adolphustown, and lots of places in Kingston and areas in Kingston, that's where the United Empire Loyalists came when they first came at the end of the 1700s. So you guys are living this history for real, and some of you might even live in houses that were built out of wood in those early years. So we're also going to talk about the Napanee River, which at one point was called Appanea, and we're going to talk about McPherson House and the railroad. So I don't know about you guys, but I love trains, and I think trains were really important to the development of our area, because not only did they bring resources to our area so that we could become prosperous towns and villages, but it also took our goods and helped spread it all over. So lots of businesses in Lennox and Addington County and in Kingston, their goods were traveling all over Canada, and that's because of the train. So the train came into Napanee, and it also helped bring people up north. So the number 5 train went from right through Napanee and north to Montreal, and it helped to develop the northern areas of Lennox and Addington County. So we go all the way to North Addington. And so all of the train was able to bring people up north and help people understand that these were places that were accessible, and a train made that happen. So in each section of this package, you can see there's some bolded letters, and in all of those bolded letters are asking you to do different STEM activities using special building sticks. So everybody loves popsicle sticks crafts, and we have found some special STEM popsicle sticks that make building even easier. So in your kits, you will have some regular popsicle sticks, but also these sticks that have perforations in them. So these little indents and holes on the side of the sticks. And this is going to make building so much fun, because then you don't have to necessarily glue it together or tape it unless you want to. And so on the pages, when it says, okay, imagine you lived in the 1700s and you were coming across to a new home, and all you had was a wooden box or a suitcase or a trunk. I don't know if anybody's been to a museum and seen some early trunks. That's what everybody would have to put their goods in, their clothes. They'd have to keep as much as they could to fit into these trunks, because all you were going on a boat to get over here. So as you can see, you're going to take your regular popsicle sticks, and it fits right in those indents. So then you can stack them up. So we're going to build lots of different things as we learn about how important wood and lumber was to Lennox and Addington County and to Kingston. I know in Kingston, you guys also have limestone, and that was what your city was built a lot with. In our museum, if you've ever been to our museum, or when you come here in the summer, you'll see that we are built out of limestone as well. So we have beautiful old original limestone walls, and other houses were built out of bricks. There's a Napanee Bricks Works, and that was what lots of houses were built out of in the 1800s. But originally in the 1700s, it was made out of log, because trees were found all over these farmlands. So they were clearing the trees to make building material. So you guys are going to have lots of fun doing this STEM program and using your imagination to solve these problems that would have faced early settlers in the area. And if you would like to glue them, you can. If you'd like to cut them in half to make something's really special that you would like to make, you can always cut them. But not only do you have them for this activity, you can continue to use them beyond these 6 questions that you're going to solve. So that is our craft kit. I'm so excited to see the results of what you guys create. I hope to see you in the summertime. And thank you, Cam, for organizing this wonderful activity. All the best, everybody.